this could be the revenge of that lot. Do you remember the infamous phrase that Richard Tice used? I think it was on GB News when he was being interviewed by the equally pompous Camilla Tominey. And she asked him about Tommy Robinson. She asked him about the Unite the Kingdom movement. She didn't name it. She probably didn't know what the name was, because that's a little bubble there. Anyway, not going to go down that road. But, and Tice's response when she asked about Tommy and Tommy supporters was, we don't have anything to do with that lot. We don't have anything to do with that lot. Now, my direct appeal today is to that lot. I sincerely believe this, that what Ben Habib's doing, and actually what Rupert Lowe's doing, and again, I don't know Rupert at all. I know Ben pretty well, and I trust Ben and I trust the people around Ben. Ben is giving a political solution to the problem, and Rupert is building a movement, which obviously, hopefully there's some strategic thinking here, that Ben builds the party, branches, all the structure, all the business stuff, gets all that squared away in the next year. Rupert builds a mass movement, leading the charge like an old Teutonic knight, as I think he was put up on Sargon's channel. And the two come together before the next general election. Anybody that's got any sense from reform bails and leaves Mohammed Zia Youssef, Ricky Tice and Nasty Nigel behind and jump in with the new parties. Now, so the new party. Now, for that to happen and for that to work, there needs to be unity between Rupert and Ben. And again, I don't know, I genuinely don't know what the situation is between Rupert and Ben. Obviously, they're working together and they're going the separate ways, but it seems a lot more to do with strategy than ideology. Ideologically, they seem to be absolutely on the same page. They both know what needs to be done. They're just going about it in slightly different ways. And I would hope that at the end, just before 2029, there'd be a coming together and we would see an amazing force. The last thing we need is Restore and Advance being in competition with other in any way. They shouldn't be, because one's a movement, one's a party. In fact, you can join Restore from any party. I resigned from UKIP on whatever day it was. Got a nice email back from Ben thanking me for my time there. Obviously, it was very short this time. I was only there less than a year, I think. But anyway, putting all that aside, I joined Advance on whatever day it was launched, right? The first day. My wife joined as well, and I'm encouraging anybody to join. It's £10. I mean, what is it? 2 coffees and a bun. And, you know, if you're built like me, you don't need 2 coffees and a bun. You're far better spending your money on a political party, right? So, I would suggest anybody that is interested in politics, interested in turning this country around, join Advance UK. And the other interesting thing is, and Ben said this when he was being interviewed in one of the early interviews he did, I think it was the one on Octopus TV, and he said, you can join Advance even if you're a member of Reform, because Reform actually doesn't have members. It has supporters or subscribers or something like that. They're not actually officially members. So Ben was saying, even if you're in Reform, you can still join Advance, which I think is great, because I think what will happen is people will realise that Ben's the real deal, and that he's going to do what it takes. And, you know, from what I heard last night, when I was doing the live stream last night, people that were signing up halfway through day 2, so you're still really in the first day, their membership numbers were like 8,000 and something. So I would say he's probably well on the way to, you know, over 10,000 now, and that's just on day 2, day 3. It's phenomenal. You know, I know what party growth was like in UKIP when Gerard came on board, and when Tommy came on board, when all the vets and the football lads came on board, and it was slow, because people didn't get the idea of party membership. Party membership is absolutely vital to grow a party. Getting involved, yes, we've got to vote for the party. So here's the things that we all have to do. Every single person has to register to vote, or else you don't have a say. You've no chance of influencing anything if you haven't got a vote. Then I would say everybody should join the party, because, you know, you could be a superstar. Your niche could be politics, and you could be the next MP for your area if you're the right man for the job. So I think everyone should join the party and get involved at branch level, because branches will be set up and made. Get involved at branch level, and instead of sitting watching Coronation Street in Emmerdale, get out on the streets, knock doors, put leaflets through people's doors. I know door knocking is not as effective as it used to be because nobody answers the doors anymore, right? But do something. Do something on social media, whatever. Do something. Get involved in this in this project. Now, I believe that this is a very, very serious moment. This isn't a vanity project as Alex Phillips suggested in her Substack. This is a very, very serious man taking things very, very seriously. And what I believe Ben needs is very, very serious people round him. He needs level-headed, intelligent, fearless, articulate people in his team to make it work. And I'm talking people like, I'm going to throw some names out there. And again, I am not involved in the inner workings of Advance UK. Some of my friends are, but I'm not, right? And to be honest with you, I've got so much on at the minute, I don't actually want to be. So, but my thoughts are this: Ben needs serious people around him. I would grab hold of Ant Middleton. If I was Ben, I'd go to Ant Middleton and say, look, come with us, stand for London Mayor, and do it under the Advance banner. That's if Reform get arsey with Ant about about doing the Tommy demo or the United Kingdom demo on the 13th. Which, who knows? Maybe they'll realise strategically it's not a good idea to hack off an ex-Special Forces guy who is now committing his life to politics. Listen, he has done the hardest military course in the world and passed it, and then soldiered in that force for, I think it was, 7 years was he in the Special Forces? Before that he was I think a artillery para, 7RHA. Then I think he went either engineers or artillery para. Then he got out of that, re-enlisted in the Marines, passed the Marine Commando course, and then went and did Special Forces selection with the SBS and passed. Right, so he has actually done the two hardest infantry courses in the British Army. Sorry, two hardest infantry courses being the Royal Marine Commando course and the Power Reg course, and then he goes and does selection. So that means this is a man that is not going to give up. He's not going to give up. He's going to go and go and go. So I would be reaching out to people like Ant Middleton. I'd be reaching out to that copper, Peter Blakesley. Is it Blakesley? The guy that used to do Hunted. Again, very switched on guy, very articulate. Imagine him in the Home Office. He wouldn't take any nonsense. What we need, and we need some intelligent people. We need some working class people. We need some just ordinary people. We need a wide range, but they need to be serious people. We can't have people that are going to be compromising what the party's about. Now, this is me. This is me just speaking. I am not speaking on behalf of Advance. I'm not advising them. I'm just saying what I would do if I was in Ben's position. So I think he needs to look for serious people. And some of the ones there I've mentioned, there's others that I'm thinking about as well. I think Dominic Cummings, and again, a lot of people might not like Dominic Cummings, but to me, Dominic Cummings is a very, very serious man. He might come across as a bit eccentric, a bit on the spectrum or whatever, but I think Dominic Cummings is a very, very switched on guy, and he needs to be in the tent because he knows how to rip that civil service to shreds in government. So it's all about now Ben building a team. But the most important people in the team are that lot. In other words, me and you watching this video. And the only way we can be part of that team is by paying our tenner and doing whatever the party needs for us to make that party succeed. And again, I'm not interested in high office or anything like that. I just want to see my country saved. And I tell you something, after what happened in Ballymena and other footage I'm seeing coming from around the country, if we don't get a party in government in 2029 that is going to literally tear the civil service, the Quangos, the Supreme Court, all the supranational bodies, rip them to shreds. If we don't have a government that's going to do that in 2029, this country is absolutely finished. If we get a left-leaning government or a fake government like the Conservatives or Reform, we are finished. We absolutely have to have Advance and Restore working together with some fantastic people in them to take our country back. But the only way that Ben can do that is if he gets his 30,000 members in quick order, so that he knows there's an appetite for this and he knows that it's actually all going to work. Listen, that's my little rant. I am not an expert at any of this. I'm just a guy that comes on and gives my opinion. But let me know in the comments what you think. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you all soon. Hopefully I'm going to be doing a live in the next couple of days with Paul Thorpe, because again, Paul's very much involved with this. David Vance is heavily involved in this now. There's a lot of good people coming on board. So if you're not on board, get on board. To all the influencers that are sitting on the fence, your backsides will get sore. Jump off the fence and start backing a horse. See you all soon.